you I'm gonna call you Luha now.
That's what I've gathered from information. Okay, what am I doing? We gotta adjusting the stream. Like over here.
Lihavil says. Fuck me. Don't cheat on your planes with me.
Ooh. Coming out the big guns. I gotta come over to this tab. I gotta grab the translation. First, I gotta make sure that the translation is somewhat, at least following the correct thing by putting it to Google Translate. Eureka is completely lost. Eureka is completely lost.
I can't even respond.
Can't respond? It's because they're telling the truth then. Because I did see a reference sheet of a very interesting looking plane character. And I was intrigued. It was a female anthropomorphic plane. And it was somewhat cute. Okay.
As the toy boss says.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, it was just cute.
Says, I don't want to fuck the planes, please.
I know what your icon has to be. I gotta draw an anthropomorphic plane.
Says,
and
I mean, I'm sure
that will be your Twitch icon. If you dare to use it.
Says, Plain Sana. Thelakinastaco says, XD. Thelakinastaco says, I couldn't even argue with that.
Okay. I have 2 chapters.
Thelakinastaco says,
Think of more.
I already know of a guy who makes plane sonas, or I guess just characters of planes.
And then he makes body pillows of them.
As the toy boss says, Aeromorphs.
Is that a name for him?
Lihavil says, I see a lot of Mo personifications, jinkas, or whatever you'd call them.
No, what's that word? What is that word?
I mean, not that I know of XD.
Lost me. What is this? Mo personification. Jinkas. I need a vocab lesson. I also have to go get pictures of Hisoka. And I also gotta put this in the translation box. But now I need Hisoka. Uh-oh. How is Hisoka so powerful?
But I don't usually straight up see a plane with titties, etc., though I have.
Battle IQ driven by an insane lust for combat. Because bungee gum possesses the properties of rubber and gum.
Thelakinastaco says, I hope I don't have to see more planes with titties. Lihavil says, hot.
I hope you don't. Tempting. Alright, it's time to fill this entire area with one thing and one thing only.
As the toy boss says, the guy I commission art from draws them, SFW artist, don't worry.
Can you draw them cute though? I need me a cute plain Sora
says,
image.
SFW.
Boring. Not cool unless it's porn. Ah. Ew. I'm not sure how all these images are gonna help, but I'm sure they will. Do I need to go like find an episode to screenshot his entire outfit? I need his outfit. I think I need the entire thing. I know it's just like a white shirt with a spade and a heart. Whatever. Oh, thank goodness. I bet I don't like this one. Thank goodness. Why is there like a blue... Someone explain. Does anyone know this character? Why is there like two versions of his outfit? And I don't know which one is the real one. Why are there so many versions? Is this one his main version?
Says, a guy that flamboyant definitely has more than one outfit.
My favorite version of him is with his hair down, but he's like a little pedo, so he's a bit of a pedo with a battle lust that gives him immense power. Oh great! Someone for Affinity has a bear character, also named Hisoka. When I Google Hisoka ref sheet, I get this guy. Great. Okay. Well, that's then for references. I also have to design every other part of it.
Velocinastaco says,
anyway.
Wait, so what are you working on?
A bunny based on Hisoka. This one. Well, no, that's not. No. Never mind. I thought I saw a good drawing of him with his hair down. The old Hisoka, 1999 Hisoka. Actually, his face was interesting. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Yeah.
Lihavel says, damn. I wish there were enough context clues on screen to figure out what Query was doing.
He's not even watching. Let's be honest. That's how
Velocinastaco says, hey, I am bitch. Lihavel says, fake fan SMH.
I mean, man, what's even a real fan? But it's 3 chapters.
Velocinastaco says, I was just wanting more details, okay. Lihavel says, Taco be like, hey, I'm here, I'm the first one here, don't you love me? Then just clicks away SMH SMH. Thelokinistako says. Literally the worst viewer.
No, there are worse ones. There are worse ones. I'm lucky to have you.
Thelokinistako says. Don't make me pull out the scoreboard, liha.
Oh no. He gets facts and logic on his side. I'm giving the translator 1.15 degrees of freedom. I feel like I'm gonna regret it.
Thelokinistako says. Deal.
You know what bets are being made? Where is window? There is one more remaining reference image that must be consumed. I want to make like I only want to. Oh no! What do you mean could not load?
Redstone Cat says. OMG, is that a koala I see?
No, it's a drop bear. A deadly creature of the night, or day, or desert. But hello, Redstone Cat. Hopefully the delay is not too horrible, and you didn't send that message 10 years ago. I'm gonna put on working. It's working. Everyone gets overwhelmed with audio today. Alright. See, this is my basis.
Redstone Cat says. What animal if your model then?
No. I mean, it is a koala. You know, it wasn't that easy to draw koala, surprising enough. Can you believe it? That I said. I need to draw a. Well, I need to do another like snouted VTuber.
It's adorable.
Thank you.
Toyboss says. Drop bears are why I wear those old-timey helmets with a spike on the top.
They won't protect you from the roof, Koreans. You don't have to be Right. Instead of her eyes being all open and happy, they'll need to be probably sneaky closed, like this dude. Dude. Okay, how hard can this be? I already have the basic dang sketch. I just need Draw. Jump over it. Oh no, they're taking my clothes off.
Velochinistako says. They gonna touch him. Velochinistako says. Oh no.
Kind of ironic. The last reference sheet I did was also like a rabbit-based character. Hopefully this one is a bit better than that one though.
Shirasan says. Bork.
Bork. You were missing yesterday. And I felt your absence. Are you playing with the tablet yet, or has it not arrived?
Shirasan says. I don't have it yet, no.
Dang
Shirasan says.
shipping.
Will be a few weeks, no rush.
No rush. He gives. He doesn't smile, he smirks. Or horrific.
Shirasan says. It's coming from Canada, so the shipping is spending.
What the fuck? If it's like $50, you would have been just better buying a new one. I'll think more about his facial expression after I use an actual inking pen for this shit. Maybe. There has been too much silence. I must now continue to speak. No. Where the fuck do shoulders and go?
Velochinistako says. Boop.
Boop.
Velochinistako says. Unsilenced.
Thank you. How do you estimate that, sir? It's obvious, he says. I can't tell. This is another person who set something on fire that just doesn't leave the area.
Shirasan says.
I
One of
did
the
it.
bugs came down and I gave it a drink of water. Shirasan says. It slurped up a whole drop.
That would actually be cool to see.
Delakinastako says. But you gotta watch the fire. Astatoybas says. If you leave you can't watch it burn.
I see that both of you had a very similar idea. Which means that if I ever see fire, I will know it was you. I know I'll find you in the vicinity.
Delakinastako says. LOL.
Sir, are you sure you're admitting this? He set it on fire because he wanted a TV that was inside. I see he is really just a genius.
Shirasan says. He treats houses like an MMO raid boss. Shirasan says. They gotta drop loot. Delakinastako says. LOL.
I gotta go to another book. Chapter 48. I copied chapter 49. Chapter 49. It ends with the word mother. Oh no. They're probably entering some kind of illusion where they see their moms. How interesting, how interesting.
BRB.
How could you?
Astatoybas says. My cat is trying to lay down on my face. Why do they do this?
It's worried that you're not breathing and it cares about you. Let me ask AI. Why is my cat trying to lay on my face? Why does my cat sit on my face? Some uncommon reasons. Frequently asked questions. Affection and trust. Territorial marking. Seeking comfort. Playfulness.
Astatoybas says. Wants to steal my breath.
Truly. Someone on Reddit. Yeah, he likes to do it, and he likes you. Why else do you think he would do it? If he's very young, he'll probably do it less as he gets older. Enjoy it. Put down your phone and cuddle him. I would die for some cat cuddling.
Astatoybas says. My cat is old AF.
Alright, then you're lucky. If they're still so emotional. sad. From that Reddit post, I went into a Reddit post that was like, my kitten wants to sleep with me in bed, but I'm scared of crushing it. And then people told stories about accidentally killing their pets. Oh, that's not fun. The chapters that I just did here. Okay, chapter 50 is next. Select.
Velochinistako says, I knew someone who accidentally killed 2 different of their birds that wow.
That way, by sleeping with them in bed, and birds. Birds are even like, okay. If it's a full grown cat, maybe. Like a kitten, of course, it's scary.
Ficreatorero Am says,
Mm.
hello Q. Velochinistako
Yeah,
says, it was really sad.
As long as there wasn't a third one, though. How you doing, Frank? How's your shoulder? That is what was fixed, right? Hopefully.
Ficreatorero Am says, I'm still in a sling.
You'll survive. I believe in you.
Brandon Martinez says, what did you get for Christmas?
I got a backpack.
Ficreatorero Am says,
Snacks.
I want to cease the living.
You don't get to cease the living. Unless you never want art from me again. What about you, Brandon? Hopefully you didn't get these nuts.
Ficreatorero Am says, but you won't take my money.
What? So if the option is me taking your money or you ceasing living? That's evil.
Velochinistako says, I think that's blackmail.
Yeah, I think I can go to the police with it. Trying to emotionally extort me.
Ficreatorero Am says, nuh-uh.
No, he says.
Velochinistako says, Frank's very blackmailing. Brandon Martinez says, I get PJ, candy, and a Grinch hat.
I don't know how to feel about getting a Grinch hat.
BRB again.
Are you the Grinch?
Brandon Martinez says, if you meet the Grinch, what would you ask him?
Honestly, I don't have anything to ask him. I don't know why I'd ever meet the Grinch either. I can honestly say that I've passed the point in my life where I wish to talk with the Grinch or Santa or anything like that. I bought a lawnmower. I had a house party. I don't know how to feel about these sentences.
Brandon Martinez says, what do you think about VTuber Awards?
I have no opinion. I'd never be the type to get any, so it's part of a thing that I am not part of. I mean, that's just something that I don't have any opinion on. I think I gotta just size of this image. My computer is crying way too much. Let me check the resources here. Most of this
Brandon Martinez says, what your favorite DDLC girl?
Probably the purple-haired one. The one who stabs herself. It's pretty cool. I don't actually like the art for DDLC though. It's all very uncanny. Like almost VTuber style art. I mean, I know it's anime style art, but they all have a very lifelessness look in their eyes.
What's DDLC?
Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a visual novel. You should go play it.
The Creatorero Am says, did you ever find the stickers of my BOI?
Find them, yeah.
Brandon Martinez says,
I found them and
my
then I
favorite
lost them again. I
DDLC
can
is
probably
Ori.
find them again. And use one on my work badge so I don't have to see my ugly ass face.
Galakinastaco says, wait, what?
Guess what?
The Creatorero Am says, I guess I need to name him. Galakinastaco says, was that a self-directed insult?
Of course it is. But maybe it's also saying, hey, my art is so good that I would rather look at it than look at my face.
Says, no. Galakinastaco says, I don't know what you said, all I heard was the last part.
Too bad.
Galakinastaco says, no self-degradation. Brandon Martinez says, have you played Class of 09? Galakinastaco says,
no idea what that
it
is.
at least has be valid.
What has to be valid?
Brandon Martinez says, have you played Cult of the Lamb?
Nope. I've not played many popular games. I played Hades though. I liked it.
Botrix says, Brandon Martinez, you leveled up to level 1.
Congrats. Can I talk to a female? Can I talk to a female? I have to change my address. We're taking you to jail. You can change whatever you like from the jail cell. You'll have plenty of time to do paperwork.
Says, no, they don't exist.
Especially on the
Martinez
internet.
says,
You're very true.
what your favorite meme?
My favorite meme? Okay, there's this one meme where I think it's Toby McGuire. And he's talking to some guy. And the guy says something like really offensive.
The Creatorero Am says, women cops equals game over.
Because the guy says something like really offensive, and then Toby Maguire replies, I already supported that thing, you don't have to convince me anymore. That's my favorite meme.
Brandon Martinez says, do you like 04Chan meme or TikTok meme?
Instagram reel memes. Or somewhere even more forbidden. Call the police! We got it. We got the call the police, but I am the police.
Velocinastaco says, no, the real police.
You're all the fake police.
Velocinastaco says, they're not real. Brandon Martinez says, what do you think about you laugh you got punishment real?
I don't know whether to put you in timeout or just ignore you now. I don't even know if you're actually listening to any of my responses. Very interesting feeling. I don't like it. I know, is she on drugs?
The Creatorero Am says, I'm thinking of getting back to streaming.
Whoa. I mean, why not? Still trying to update my address. Oh lord. Oh, meth. I thought she was on ketamine. I'm not doing nothing, bro.
Velocinastaco says. Is this drawing for a com or something else?
I mean, there's I would say there's a 60% chance that I am paid for it.
Velocinastaco says. So someone has offered.
Yeah, someone has at least offered. I am full of things to be done, which is nice. I like his face. Gotta draw a character like this one day.
Velocinastaco says. This music over the video is so funny.
Harvest Moon ambience. If they know what's going on, why do they got me in handcuffs? Man, I wonder. I don't know why this image, this thing I'm drawing is reminding me of something I've seen somewhere. Probably means I'm like subconsciously referencing something. And I'm gonna be honest, the one time that I was asked to like...
Says, this guy you're referencing reminds me of someone, but I don't know who.
But the one time, like this is the first time making a character like strongly based off an existing anime character. The one time that I was commissioned to draw something similar, as in not design, but just like draw a dragon that was based off...
Shirasen says, but does it have the properties of rubber and gum?
I mean, it's gonna be a bunny, so basic. But no, like, it was a very strange feeling the first time I was asked to draw a furry character that was like strongly based off of an anime character.
Velocinistaco says, why is it weird?
It's probably because it's like, you know that your artwork, it's in a legal gray area. Like the design is in a legal gray area too. There's no guarantee that the actual design owner won't come after you and be like, you are like an illegal derivative.
Velocinistaco says, oh okay, that makes sense.
How dare you say my AI doesn't know about life's ups and downs? It could.
White Schnauzer says, LOL.
Meow. Why is he from the— why is he in the textile business?
Wait, what we watching now?
This is like a... like a culture pop news, and this is where I get my interesting pop culture news. Don't ask any more questions. Just a video I want to watch.
Taco says, all right.
I need... I need something that looks like a card. So I can see what the fuck I'm trying to do with this hand. No, this is not even possible, is it? 2 fingers on the front. Oh, the other 2 fingers would be... Oh, okay. If you hold it,
is it possible?
I hold it between my index and my middle finger.
Presvale says, hello K.
Hello, Presvale. Okay. Doing it to myself.
Says, you gonna go to bed soon? Delocinastaco says, hey Presvale.
Gonna go till 1 AM tonight. I just want fun. Yeah, I lost it all. That you're here still with me. I'd be if I felt scared at all. But I am. Next time I should time the auction so that it ends when I am not at work. Oh, yeah.
Delocinastaco says, did you do your auction?
Yeah, I did set it up. But
Delocinastaco says, is it finished? How did it go?
it's not done yet, there's 16 hours left. Okay.
Thelokinistako says. Death of the internet.
Yeah, the dead internet theory.
Thelokinistako says. Guess I'm got what I wanted out of the internet, guess I'm fine if it dies no lol.
Wow. But if it dies now, where would I go? Oh, is this like the car scam? I love insurance scams. I love
Thelokinistako says.
scams so much.
I mean not total internet death. Thelokinistako says. But I got you and Frank and all the other friends so I'm good now.
The
White Roger
key.
says. Gotta love the scams lol.
I love well, I think I especially love just like body cams of scams,
Thelokinistako
but
says. Death of social media that's okay.
they definitely cannot give in too easily. They gotta fight back. You know, with words. If they give in too easily, then it's sad. There was like this one fake check casher who, like, this girl, I think she got like tricked into it by her quote unquote friends, and it was just kind of sad because like once she realized the gig was up, she was like, "Fuck." And I had her call all her friends and try to get him to come, and it was interesting, but just sad. If I had to go, what should she be doing with that? These fingers here. He's so confident. But I mean, you know, that's the key to being a con man.
Lightest Bright says. Hi Rio.
Hey,
Lightest Bright
Bright.
says. Sorry I'm late. Lightest Bright says.
I mean,
I fell asleep.
you're basically on time for your standards. Well, if you fell asleep, then go back to sleep.
White Snozzer says. Hey Lightest Bright. Lightest Bright says. But to be fair, I'm always late.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Snowzer, do you even ever stream on Twitch anymore? I really feel like Twitch is just fucking dead. The only chatters I ever get are scams. And I don't even have the motivation to press the button to stream on there.
Lightest Bright says. Is that the snotzy snooichest snotziest snozziest snozzer?
Snazziest. I don't know, I think that's a dangerous word.
White Snozzer says. LOL I was live 50 minutes ago on Twitch.
But not on Kick.
Lightest Bright says. Can confirm.
Can
Lightest Bright
confirm.
says. You said Twitch. Lightest Bright says. Not Kick.
Yeah, now you're confusing me. Excuse
White
me, I'm
Snozzer
just a
says.
child.
Yes it's the snozzer snotziest snoz.
I don't know the meaning of that word. Come back here. Tell me. And
As the toy boss says. I'm back.
Welcome back. I am still here as well.
Thelokinistako says. WB.
Hey, interesting. Interesting so far. Let's do the ears.
Thelokinistako says. Magical ears.
Oh yeah, I don't know where the magic is coming from, but
Thelokinistako says. I don't know, this guy looks like he's so kinda magician. Thelokinistako
he's
says.
a joker.
Do magic bunny.
In a way.
Thelokinistako says. So magic ears.
Sure. That's simply flawless logic.
Thelokinistako says. Of course, all my logic is flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Lightest bright says. Rio.
Meow.
Lightest bright says. You know what would be better than bunny girl?
What?
Lightest bright says. Mouse girl.
I mean, what's the difference other than the ears and the tail?
Lightest bright says. The tail.
But how is a long, scaly tail better than a little poofball tail?
Lightest bright says. And the fact that they're adorkable.
And then how are bunnies not adorkable? You've not seen enough evidence.
Thelokinostako says. Fluffy better. Lightest Bright says. You can't play with the bunny tail really, you're practically grabbing their butt, but with a rat tail, it's like a little string. Why else do you think cats like rats so much?
I don't think playing with it would be particularly nice. With the rabbit tail, but you just squeeze it. You just squish it. Squish, squish, squish.
Lightest Bright says. That's basically just grabbing their butt but fluffy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be grabbing their tail anyway, I mean, how much difference?
says. That's a bad thing?
No one believes him.
Thelokinostako says. I died sorry. Thelokinostako
But you're
says.
back alive.
I'm back. Lightest Bright says. Don't be sorry.
Do
Lightest Bright
better.
says. Do it again.
Wow.
Thelochinistako says. No, get fucked. Lightest Bright says. I gladly would but I can't. Lightest Bright says. Wait, I just noticed. Thelochinistako says. I mean same but, I don't know, go drink a puddle. Lightest Bright says. It's Bunny Girl, what's the fucker's name from HXH?
Yes, it's Bunny Girl Hisoka.
Lightest Bright says. A puddle of what? Lightest Bright says. I do love how the slime covers most the video.
We gotta organize our space properly.
As the toy boss says. Ah, I can't watch these kinds of crimes, too cringe.
Too cringe. It's such. We'll skip it if you want. To me, I guess I used to like watching them a lot, but now it's just. I have so much difficulty understanding how people fall for it. I mean, it's because they're lonely, and honestly, they're paying for the type of interactions that these people give. Mm. You don't just give over your entire life savings if you're not getting something in return, and then they're getting a type of return.
Thelochinistako says. Don't be stupid, life advice.
Don't be lonely.
Thelochinistako says. That's true too.
You'll get into less trouble.
Thelochinistako says. Which is easier though?
Not being lonely for sure. Well, depends on kind of lonely you are. I'm sad to say that the person that this character is for may be dangerously delusional.
The Locanistako says. What do you mean?
I want warning.
Craven is a bad guy who hunts endangered animals. You can't make an anti-hero out of that.
Yeah, okay. Your message, Toybox, reminds me of like this series that was like cryptid hunting, but it was like, okay, the protagonists were cryptid rescuers. They were just like, they're kind of making like a Noah's Ark of cryptids, and then their enemy was this guy who would kill them and like mount them and, or I think do research on them, but mostly just like collect their corpses. Can't remember the exact book name though. Okay. The person who wants this character wants the word warning angled from right hip to left chest in bright red. I'll see what I can do with it, but I don't like that idea.
As the Toy Boss says. The Secret Saturdays was a cartoon where the bad guy would enslave cryptids.
Yeah, but this was like a book.
Lightest Bright says. I don't know, I like Craven.
Alright, your opinion on all media has now been disregarded. Unless you're not talking about the movie, but just the character. In which case, like, why?
Lightest Bright says. LOL. Lightest Bright says. Yeah, I mean the character.
And now you must justify.
Lightest Bright says. I don't know anything about the movie really. As the toy boss says. Craven's biggest moment was beating Spider-Man and burying him alive, then offing himself.
Dang.
Lightest Bright says. What is that 7-head?
What do you mean? Their forehead?
Lightest Bright says. Nah, that SHII is going behind her ears. Lightest Bright says. Do you know how far back it is? Lightest Bright says. That's wild. As the toy boss says. I read every main Spider-Man comic up to 2004-ish. Lightest Bright says. 7-head is being generous.
Never done the comic thing.
The Creatorero Am says. I return Q.
Welcome back.
Lightest Bright says. Frank K. Thelocanistaco says. Sleep, sleep. The Creatorero Am
Sleep
says.
has to come.
Do you work today?
I do. Mm. And my computer is making the most sound it has made in a very long while. This.
Thelocanistaco says. It's protesting you.
You really do be.
Thelocanistaco says. Protesting your protest of sleep. Lightest Bright says. Need a Taskmaster movie. Thelocanistaco says. It is looking good so far.
Yeah, but I might have to cancel it.
Aspatoiba says.
Huh.
No, we don't.
Uh,
Thelocanistaco says. Why? Lightest
I
Bright
don't
says.
wanna.
Bo. The Creatorero Am says. Q sleep if you have work. Thelokinastaco says. So this person is not a good client?
I mean, they're just a little delusional on design elements, and I don't want to fight them about it, so I'm probably just gonna cancel.
Lightest Bright says. WDYM.
Alright. I'm giving her 3 options. And 2 of the options are actually just cancel the commission. And then I've given her 1 option where I just draw most of it and I let her fuck around with the rest of it.
Lightest Bright says. That's wild.
They chose option 4. Not listening to anything I said.
Lightest Bright says. LMAO. Thelokinastaco says. Sounds like fun.
The bad news is that this person is currently winning that dang fucking auction. So, well, I hope they do not win the auction. It would make things very difficult for me.
Lightest Bright says. Who?
This person. That's the person.
Thelokinastaco says. LOL. Lightest Bright says. So they're getting this art piece, then winning an auction on top of it.
Me. Let me.
Lightest Bright says. Can't you just tell her to like shut up and enjoy free stuff?
No, they're paying for one thing.
Lightest Bright says. Oh.
Life is never easy.
Lightest
I
Bright
always
says.
make trouble for
Ads
myself.
FF.
Why would I get ads? I'm not even an affiliate. Oh, this fucking... Yeah, this ad that is going on forever.
Thelocanastaco says. Me too, real me too.
Arrgh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chapters. Let me do 4 more chapters. Alright, well, I've asked them like twice, and they said they're sure. Here's the problem though. You can't tell me I want a character based off X and then make me like deviate from it.
Thelocanastaco says. Wait, they are sure about what?
Well, I told them that I gave them 3 options, and the last option was that I do what I want. They're like, fine. And I'm like, are you sure? No takebacks. And I mean no takebacks. And I really mean no takebacks.
Lightest Bright says. Can I order a pizza? But hold the sauce, and hold the crust.
I mean, at least that it's just like some minimum wage guy paid to do whatever. It's like I want a Mona Lisa.
Thelocanastaco says. BRB delay.
I want a Mona Lisa, but without the woman or the background with the joy.
Thelocanastaco says. Lisa less Mona.
So no. Open the hatch. They say open the hatch.
Thelochinistako says. Phone might die so GN maybe.
Good night, loser that doesn't know how to charge phones.
Lightest Bright says. GN nerd. Brandon Martinez says. Happy late New Year. My art medium
Meow
says.
meow.
Heen. My art medium says. Dead look good. My art medium says. I love your art though it's so pretty, smiley face. Some random fox, or Kai, says. This is how I slowly learn how to draw furries lol, very quiet stream.
I'm sorry, some random fox. Or Kai. I mean, I would never recommend to learning how to draw furries from me. You'd be better off going to a zoo and just drawing the animals. And then, you know, a zoo would actually be a really good place to learn how to draw. Especially furries. Because first you draw the animals. And then you draw the people looking at the animals. Because you gotta learn some human in there. Because I forgot to turn back on the music for YouTube. That's why it's quiet. Mm-hmm.
Ibage 200 says. Mreo. The Creatorero Am says. What is this video?
Just some video. Mhm. Dun, 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 dun. Hmm. Alright, there will be no more actual work done. I'm just gonna sit here preparing chapters for my book. I got like 4 or something more. Then I want to get more of my egg hatching book. So they're all useless. Open the hatch. What is it?
Yay, go to sleep.
I got 7 minutes. Remember, like, what do you think the context for this sentence could be? They're all useless, Rong Hong Shui said coldly. Open the hatch. I think he's gonna kill everyone. Oh no, my little murder bunny.
Go to bed, Rio.
I need book.
Lightest Bright says.
I will be miserable.
That way. Lightest Bright says. I may go to bed.
Then you go to bed, Luther. I need book. One,
Lightest
2,
Bright
3,
says.
4.
I can't.
8. We got 8.
Lightest Bright
2
says.
more chapters.
Not while favorite streamer is live.
Ew. I'm not even doing anything good.
Lightest Bright says. Yes, you are.
I'm literally gonna just be sitting here.
Lightest Bright says. You're doing art. Lightest
Not
Bright
anymore.
says. And your art. Lightest Bright says. Is always good.
Wow, I want more toasted corn. I'm gonna go on a hunger strike until I get toasted corn.
Lightest Bright says. Then get more toasted corn.
But I wouldn't mean going outside and going to the store and looking for toasted corn.
Lightest Bright says. FFS.
He died. Google AI is just like crying as I force it to translate these violent action scenes. Oh, I almost forgot her fucking tail.
Lightest Bright says. And you were going on about how great bunny tails are earlier too.
No, I guess you distracted me. It's all your fault.
Lightest Bright says. You know it is. Lightest Bright says. You were distracted by how great I am. Lightest Bright says. Rookie move on this guy's part, just loop the footage.
He's too professional to ever loop footage.
Lightest Bright says. Isn't the whole point of the video to be cheaty though?
I mean, yes. Okay, well, I'm ending stream, but know that I am not sleeping. Torture yourselves with my
The
awakeness.
Stacko says. Arg.
Good
Lightest
night.
Bright says. Go to sleep. The Stacko says.
I need chapters.
Final.
I need chapters. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Lightest Bright says.
Man, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow.
Chapters. Lightest Bright says.
Mwahaha.
Of what?
You'll never know.
The Stacko
You've
says.
been.
I broke my phone charger. The Creatorero Am says.
Buy a new
Taco,
phone
isn't your
charger.
phone dead? The
Miscreant.
Stacko says. Bye bye.
Good night, Frank.
The
Good night,
Am says.
everyone.
Good night, Q.
Man.
The Stacko says.